last question that I have, which I think we should talk a bit more, is on the topic of mid-career switch. And I think the both of us has received questions, a lot of questions on this topic individually. So just want to tap your brains on it. So how open should we be in terms of a mid-career switch this year? What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, I would like to share that in general, career-wise, okay, going forward, because of the drastic change in how we live and how we work due to the COVID situation, digitization has impacted a lot of us. In fact, it has accelerated in the Singapore context. I give an example. During the circuit breaker, all of us are made to work from home or, school at home too. Because I'm a mother of two, I have two kids. So both of them are having their online lesson. And at the same time, I also work from home. So what I'm trying to say is that it actually makes employer rethink about re-employing their workforce, or are they going to delegate their workforce. So having a bigger office might not necessarily work anymore. Therefore, if you can allow more staff to work from home, of course, this also is a matter of trust, right? But there are still some who prefer to go back to the office. That's fine. At least you create that flexibility, okay? And for them to work from home or for them to work in the office. Another area, the general career, is that journalism, like I said earlier, journalism can be part of digital media, communications, TV, entertainment. All these are part of the new career that people can look into, or even join advertising per se. Because these are all part and parcel of communication, putting the message across to many people. All right. It doesn't matter whether you read the papers, but somehow or rather you might just chance upon an advertisement on the TV if you happen to turn it on, or you could be watching a YouTube video and the short clip of advertisement just come into you for you to see. So these are all part and parcel of communication. It's to make known to you that, hey, I provide such services, I provide such products, so please contact with us. So that's how the marketers, or rather the companies, are making money. So tourism and hospitality will be another area that I would foresee that it will pick up, because see, many people don't travel, and yes, some even lose their job because there's no tourists, or rather the border is closed. But on the other hand, how can we transform tourism? I give you an example. This morning, I read an interesting article. Some ex-convict, right? They became tour guide by sharing their past experiences, how they got involved in the vices such as drug. All right, and so how Chinatown, the Singapore Chinatown, used to be the opium den, and how they share their experience. And I think these are really good and positive and very educational. Not only it allows our own local tourists to know the wild side. Oh, I never knew Chinatown was like that. But it also helps in educating those youth at least to be aware of what is the bad side of it before they get into the wrong gang, or they get into the wrong situation and cause more harm. So I think these are all very good. And let's put it in a positive light that this ex-convict might not be bad, because to give them a chance to surface. And I think one of the local company I want to give credit to is called the 18 Chef. And I read his book. He was also one person which I think has the courage and the resilience to write this book and share his side of story. And now he opened up the restaurant to create job for ex-convict, which is something that I think it should be recognized. So like I said, tourism is a very big sector. It's not just about hospitality. It can also with retail and F&B, and all these are part of tourism. So this is something that I hope to shed some light on.
I think that's very interesting too. So to people who have been in their existing jobs for very long, and they are trying to look for that next green field that they can go to, the summary of your message is that we should be open this year, because there might be a lot more opportunities that's out there that we are not aware of?
Yes. Good questions, Aldric. Because besides all this that I mentioned, consulting or counseling, these are the sectors, as well as knowledge-based industry. Now, what I mean by knowledge-based industry, because it can be a very wide term, let me narrow down to one particular point. During my message, I'm not just talking about this year, 2021. Back in my video and my message about last year, 2020, I talk about going green. Going green will be a big thing. All right, now what is going green for a lot of people? Going green can be in terms of green energy sustainability. I give you another classic example. I think a lot of you many of you love chocolates. So there's this house, this brand Kit Kat. I'm sure all of you know. Now Kit Kat in Japan, what they did was, the wrapper, the Kit Kat wrapper. What they did was they reinvented, and instead of throwing the wrapper, they actually become those Japanese craft, right? The origami paper, which I thought this is something very nice. And it's like, not only you eat, but at the same time, you can create a craft based on the wrapper. So it's also about going green. And at the same time, it's all about harnessing the solar energy and all that. So it's how we can capture all this knowledge to create something on our own. Another example I can share with you is that recently, in fact, I think just last month, April, not too long ago, about 1 to 2 weeks, I chanced upon another article that it was an interview by one of the Asia, or rather the richest man in Hong Kong, Mr. Li Ka-shing himself. But Mr. Li Ka-shing actually pointed out that green energy is a big area to look out for. So coming from a wise and rich man, so I guess he says it all. So you should know what to look out for and to put your money or your concentration in this area.
I think those are very good points.
Green, yeah, and all these are the green and new area which we need to learn to adapt. So why do you, let's put it this way. Like even Dyson, they are opening up the factory here. So that means that they are employing a lot more R&D engineers. Same goes for, I think, the other company, Elon Musk company. Sorry, correct.
Tesla.
Elon Musk, Tesla. Yes. Yeah. So these are all the area that we should be looking at. Because I think Dyson is interesting because they take away the paper bag kind of. They created the vacuum cleaner that you don't need the paper bag kind. Yeah, so it's something like that you can just clean and make it very easy, especially for homemaker like myself, that I can use it. I will definitely consider investing in one of the Dyson vacuum cleaner, right, per se. Yeah, so this is something that we can look into. Yeah.
I hope James Dyson heard you.
Yeah, I hope he give me one free, please, one free. I have yet to buy, but among some of my Chinese mom friends, one of them actually invested in the Dyson vacuum cleaner, and she swear by it. But because you see, the thing is that I'm very blessed in the sense that I also speak pretty decent Mandarin. So I have a group of Chinese friends that they share with me a lot of things, and they taught me a lot of things. So I think this is actually a good way to look at, and many of them actually DIY. So including making, their own, they do their own renovation. So like I said, going green and the DIY is the way to go. I'm not saying that I'm going to put interior design or renovation company out of job. No, don't get me wrong. But if you can come out a product that is green and easy to use, there will be a lot of stay-at-home mom like myself, that we can do it ourselves, then that would be great.